What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I did the video yesterday on Washington Prime Group and talked about trying to take advantage of the marketplace when sentiment is down or when there's maybe hostility in the market. And a lot of times I make those plays work out positively for me, but not all the time. And I want to bring up one of those times I didn't here with Range Resources. I'd watched Range Resources for a while, and I completely understand and agree with people when they say, hey, I don't want to get involved in any type of fossil fuel, whether it's oil, natural gas. As a society, we are getting away from those and moving more towards solar and electric and all these other ways to power our homes or our cars. And I can completely agree with people that say these things are going to become slowly and slowly less usable. However, I don't know if that's going to be in my lifetime. And because of that sentiment, because of that line of thinking, a lot of these stocks have taken a very heavy hit. And when I looked at Range Resources, this is a big company, okay? It's a company over $1 billion. I know that at least for the short term, there still has to be suppliers. There still has to be purveyors, and there still has to be storage and maintenance of these fuels. And that's where, when you look into these companies a little deeper, you understand that the volatility on the smaller players, right? Like your Chesapeake Energy, a lot of people talk about getting beat up a lot right now. The smaller companies are going to probably struggle, if not go out of business. No matter how long they've been in business, they're going to struggle. Your larger companies, though, may not have that difficult of a road. It's still going to be a very long road, and there's still going to be a lot of ups and downs. But someone has to stay in business here. Can you pick who stays in business is ultimately going to be the key. To me, it's no different than looking at, your medical. I'm trying to think of a way to say this without demonetization. You're a grass medical stock, right? I mean, everybody buys into those haphazardly, thinking that they're going to get the one that wins the pony. And they're not all going to win the pony. There's actually only a handful that will, and very few, actually none of us probably know exactly which ones are. I mean, I have my own line of thinking, and I'm sure you have your own line of thinking. But at the end of the day, I look at a stock like this as a much safer bet at a smaller amount than buying into medical grass. So at least I know there's going to be a long-term foreseeable future, in my opinion, for this from dedicated providers. And you just have to vet them a little differently. I wish I'd bought a lot more at the time I did, but I didn't. But now with that entry point, now with very little risk, $4 at a lunch at a fast food restaurant, hopefully one of which that I own, I've risked literally nothing to me. But the anticipation of the return could be much greater. And I can judge that risk, whether I want to invest $10, $100, $1,000 later, once I learn the volatility of the stock and once I try to better understand where I feel like this stock is going. And that's a big part of the market. A big part of the market is doing your own research. Just because you have people in the industry telling you, don't invest in these stocks. These are horrible stocks. This is a bad way to spend your money. This is not going to work for you. Do your own research. Look into the companies for yourself and understand better if maybe that's their opinion with their money, but if you feel safer risking smaller amounts for smaller returns. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. And I will be back in the week with more commentary.